Today, we're asking a question that has intrigued philosophers, scientists, and dreamers for centuries. Are dreams actually our alternative reality? Every night, we dive into worlds that seem just as real as the waking one. But what if these dreams are more than just a random firing of neurons? What if, in some way, our dreams are an entirely different reality? To start, let's consider the science behind dreams. Scientists have long been fascinated by why we dream. Some say it's a way for our brain to process emotions and memories. Others think dreams help us rehearse responses to challenges we might face in life. But what if our dreams are actually glimpses into an alternative reality? When we sleep, especially during REM, rapid eye movement, sleep, our brain becomes highly active, almost as active as when we're awake. Some believe that when we dream, we're experiencing an alternate dimension, one where the rules of physics and time don't apply, a world where imagination becomes law and identity is fluid. But why do dreams sometimes feel so vivid, so real, or even deeply personal? How is it that we can wake up with lingering emotions, with memories that never happened, yet somehow feel like they did? Now, let's entertain a more radical theory. What if dreams are not just a personal experience, but a shared space that connects all conscious beings across timelines, realities, and dimensions? What if every time we dream, we momentarily merge with other versions of ourselves, versions that made different choices, lived different lives, and exist in parallel with us right now? Think about it. A place where you are not limited by your current circumstances, where every possible outcome of your life unfolds at once. If the multiverse exists, dreams might just be our only way of touching those infinite possibilities. And if that's true, if we really are slipping into these alternate versions of ourselves, then what does that say about the nature of identity? Are we truly just one fixed self? Or are we a collection of endless variations, spread across infinite realities, each one as real as the next? It raises a chilling but fascinating thought. Maybe we're never fully awake and never fully asleep. Maybe our consciousness is constantly shifting, flickering between worlds, even when we don't realize it. So the next time you close your eyes and drift into a dream, consider this. It might not be an escape from reality at all. It might be a return to one. Quantum mechanics elucidates that reality is generally characterized by a degree of uncertainty. What if envisioning dreams functioned as a way for us to experience an alternate manifestation of that reality? One captivating aspect of dreaming is the phenomenon of shared dreams. These instances involve two or more individuals experiencing similar dreams. Could these seemingly shared dreams serve as rare glimpses into a collective realm of alternate realities? Moreover, it's fascinating to consider the idea of dreaming with others, who also have their distinct stories and ambitions. In such scenarios, what if we encounter a feeling of déjà vu, the peculiar sensation of having experienced something before? For those who have had lucid dreams, this experience, where we become consciously aware of our dreams while being in control of the events surrounding them, appears to render the distinction between reality and dream even more uncertain. What if, during lucid dreams, our journey into the dream world occasionally revealed overlapping versions of ourselves, or even alternate, time-traveling realities, taking into account the idea that our thoughts could actively contribute to shaping our reality, or at least the parts of it that we're aware of? What if our dreams were reflections of the mind's remarkable ability to craft alternate versions of our existence, where we can freely explore the infinite possibilities our minds constantly create? In summary, the intriguing concept that dreams might be accessing parallel universes concurrently. Perhaps, at the core, the dream world is simply another realm while simultaneously offering an alternate reality, or perhaps just another realm where we can explore the infinite potential of our minds, brings together the seemingly diverse realms of quantum mechanics, alternate dimensions, and dreaming. Perhaps, our dreams are truly windows into these alternate realities, where we inhabit distinctive versions of ourselves or even lead entirely different lives. If this is true, if dreams are not just illusions, but living, breathing realities, then each night becomes more than just rest. It becomes a voyage, a silent, surreal passage into dimensions beyond our comprehension. And perhaps, The line between who we are when we're awake and who we become when we dream isn't a line at all. Maybe it's a bridge, a two-way mirror between worlds, constantly blurring, constantly shifting. In the end, whether dreams are messages, memories from alternate lives, or the purest expression of our inner universe, one thing is certain. They're trying to show us something. All we have to do is dare to look deeper. What if our dreams are actually accessing parallel universes? The concept of multiple universes existing simultaneously is one of the most fascinating ideas in quantum physics. If parallel realities do exist, could our dreams serve as a gateway to these unseen dimensions? What if, while we sleep, we're not simply experiencing figments of our subconscious, but actually tapping into alternate versions of ourselves? Different lives, different choices, different worlds. Imagine waking up from a dream where you were living a completely different existence, perhaps as an artist in Paris, a warrior in a futuristic society, or even a being beyond human comprehension. These dreams often feel so real that, for a brief moment, we question whether they were just illusions or fleeting glimpses into another reality. What if the dreams that seem random or surreal are actually our consciousness temporarily shifting into another version of ourselves, one that exists in a parallel universe? This idea aligns with theories in quantum mechanics, such as the many worlds interpretation, which suggests that every possible outcome of an event exists in a separate, parallel reality. If true, then dreaming might be more than just our mind processing memories or emotions. It could be a mechanism that allows us to traverse these alternate dimensions, accessing knowledge, experiences, and even emotions from versions of ourselves that live completely different lives. But what if dreams aren't just reflections of parallel universes, but also influencing them? Could our thoughts and emotions, while dreaming, be shaping these other realities in ways we don't understand? If the multiverse theory suggests every possibility exists, then could our dreams be the subconscious choosing which reality we gravitate toward in our waking life? Some theories even suggest that lucid dreaming, where one becomes aware and in control of their dreams, could be a key to intentionally exploring these parallel worlds. If we can manipulate our dream state, could we also manipulate reality itself? Perhaps dreams are not just passive experiences, but an active force, linking us to something much larger than ourselves. Maybe the dream world is simply another realm, one where the limits of time, space, and identity dissolve, allowing us to experience the infinite possibilities our imagination can only glimpse. If this is true, then the boundary between dreams and reality may not be as rigid as we once believed. Of course, we may never know for sure. But one thing is undeniable. Dreams are far more complex and mysterious than we have ever dared to imagine. Thank you for watching Abyssorcreation. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more thought-provoking content that challenges the way you see reality.